This is not your dojo, Tenno. Welcome to the Descendia. The Descendia is a brand new game mode coming to Warframe on December 10th as part of the Old Peace free gameplay expansion. You'll be able to pick it up the moment it releases across all platforms. But we don't have to wait to see what's in store. Thanks to Digital Extremes sponsoring this video, we can get a full look right now at the trials that await. To get access to the full experience in the Descendia, you will need to have completed the Lotus Eaters quest and the newly released quest, The Old Peace. Once you've met the Devil's Triad, a curious trio of proto-frames caught in the wake of Albertine Triati's schemes, you will be able to traverse the 21 layers of the tower. If you're not at that stage of the game yet, say if you're very new to Warframe, firstly, welcome. Second, you can gain access to the Descendia itself with an optional mission unlock, a preview of sorts in advance of you progressing through the story. By choosing this option, you'll have the opportunity to share the latest update with your friends straight away, while the storyline and quests sit back until you're all ready. In order to keep public matchmaking reasonable, players below MR10 will not join public squads while using this alternative unlock. Players who've gone through the story quests and brought more powerful loadouts don't need to be concerned about a day 1 Excalibur unbalancing the squad. Instead, low mastery players can play with others in the Descendia through pre-made squads only, where everyone should know and be on board with any power disparity. Whichever way you go about unlocking the mode and ready yourself to dip your feet into the fire, you can open up the new mission interface via Orbiter's navigation panel. Rather than the familiar star chart, you'll open up the Dark Refractory. You'll be presented with the choice of the Descendia or the Perita Rebellion here. To know more about Perita, MH Blackie has you covered in their own video. Check that out once we're done here unveiling the Descendia. Selecting a Descendia will reveal to you the tower, with you entering at the precipice. While the detailed history of this hellish place is something you'll have to uncover, suffice to say for now, this is a place of tormented recollection. When choosing your loadout, pick one that can handle every faction you've faced. You'll be presented with 21 floors, called Infernums, that you must conquer on either normal mode or steel path. These floors are split into 3 groups of 7, providing you with much needed checkpoints along the way. Descend through 6 infernal challenges successfully to be welcomed by an ally and secure your hard-earned rewards. The challenges on these floors are randomized every week, keeping the gameplay fresh with each delve into the depths. The challenges remain throughout the week, so should you fall at one hurdle, you'll know what strategy you must adopt to rectify that mistake. These challenges are a mix of modes, from classic exterminate style objectives to navigational challenges and boss fights to truly test your loadout. With each floor, hazards will be present in the form of penance to complicate matters. The penance you will endure can include swarms of Xmas units that can challenge the resilience of your loadout. Or perhaps enemies become chained by fire, punishing you for crossing the beams. Liminus may emerge from the dark to chase you and drain you, or the withering gaze of deacons can slow you to a crawl. It's not that any one penance is a horror in itself, but rather the rotating threats atop the objectives demands you keep your wits about you. If you fail to prepare to fail. All of these challenges take place in the brand new mission area unique to the Descendia. Unquenchable fires and daunting architecture dominate these arenas at every floor along the way. You're not required to go through it all in one go though. Every ally you meet provides a checkpoint to you, a breather to step out and grab a drink after the scorching heat you've endured. On arriving at floors 7 and 14, reaching the checkpoint and meeting one of your allies, hell holds its breath a moment. In this sanctuary of rest, your ally bestows a blessing upon you. Take your pick of 2 options and lock it in for the week, opting for whichever boon will shine brightest as you delve ever deeper. Do be mindful that these blessings only shine downwards. Players replaying earlier floors will not benefit from these blessings until passing the checkpoint that awarded them. Marie, our Wisp proto-frame ally, provides blessings with a focus on the aerial, restorative, and broadly wispy themed effects. Such as here, I have the choice of an ethereal invisibility as I enter each floor, or a constant recovery of health and energy. For the strike first, hide never approach I've chosen for this run, some extra healing to make up for the recklessness will no doubt come in handy. We'll just ignore the energy for Lavos. Leon, our Harrow proto-frame, brings the blessings with a twist, the kind of cost familiar to Harrow. I have the opportunity for increased damage on my final shot in a magazine, though the magazine then also extends many times over. My other option is to play The Floor is Lava by getting incredible damage resistance so long as I wall latch, and to constantly be torn down otherwise. These are just a sample of the blessings available. In your own run, you may be blessed with immunity from nullifiers, preventing them from disabling your abilities, something that can certainly rear its ugly head, but those enemies will find another way to leave you incensed. Blessings only apply on the mode they're unlocked on. You'll have a different set of options on normal mode versus steel path, unless you have some truly uncanny luck to roll the exact same ones. Once you pass through the sanctuary, or pick up from a checkpoint, the fires rage again as the challenges continue. Take these blessings with you as you drop through the remaining layers, fend off the ever-cycling challenges, and approach the climax waiting at... oh, you'll have to see that final stage for yourself. Having given these challenges a couple runs myself, I can assure you that a decent tank is a necessity, either on your own or from an ally. Self-reliant frames like Lavos, Revenant, Rhino and Kalervo are strong starting points to match in with your playstyle. Alternatively, Team White Tank from Dante and Stynax especially can help everyone make the descent. As much as you can tackle this challenge alone, working with others will broaden your options. It's no spoiler to warn you that one of these floors has enemies which like to magnetize you, which is a very effective way to perish if you don't notice in time. I would also recommend a diverse and strong weapon loadout. This isn't Archimedia. You can pick your most powerful setups with no limitation here. Solid incarnates like Burston, Torrid and Latham can tear into the threats down there. Having at least one precision weapon, ideal for taking down priority targets, will no doubt be crucial for the boss type enemies that spawn on some of these floors. Adversary weapons and certain high power weapons can also carry you well, like the Zoris and Noctua, so long as you bring appropriate modding or buffs to empower them. I've got an array of steel path ready guides on this channel for you to make a loadout just right for you. Aside from the self-indulgent joy of tackling these various objectives, you'll of course be showered in rewards. Each week both normal mode and steel path mode cook up a set of 10 rewards for you to claim. Just to be clear, the rewards you see now are placeholders from the test server and are not guaranteed to match what you'll see on your own runs. Every 2 challenge floors earns you a reward, and the final 10th one lurks at the bottom of the tower. Just like with the circuit in Duviri, you don't have to pick between normal mode or steel path only, you can have both. Play normal mode and steel path throughout the week to claim each tier's rewards separately. This includes credits, endo, arcanes, blueprints for the brand new Uriel Warframe, and Mayfica, your currency with Wraith to purchase your choice of additional rewards, if you make it back alive. With your Mayfica, head on into the Sanctum Anatomica, traverse the portal to La Cathedral, and select Browse Surplus. This gives you a second shot at those Uriel and other blueprints, if good luck isn't one of your blessings, and is a critical way of obtaining brand new arcanes. You can pick up the new arcanes from Steel Path runs in the Descendia too, but normal mode will only furnish arcanes found elsewhere in Warframe. If Steel Path is a hell too hot for you, this reward shop is your only access to the new arcanes for now. Gather your best gear, your best friends, and your best focus school in preparation for this update. Oh, and speaking of focus, you should definitely check out MH Blackie's guide to the Perita Rebellion, the other mode available in the Dark Refractory. Only the Tenno that masters both will receive the fullest of rewards. All of this and more is available in the Old Peace update to Warframe coming December 10th, playable on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch and mobile. Apple for now, Android soon. That's all from me for now on this, so thanks again Digital Extremes for sponsoring this video, and as always, bring your friends, go descend, and fight well, Tenno.